Welcome back to another exciting episode of Atlanta Unplugged. I'm your host, Steve Paul, and today we have another banger. But before we get into our guest today, make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so the platform could grow. You dig? Now, let's get into it. Right here, right next to me, I have no other than your man's J. Dot Brown. What's happening, man?
What's happening, man?
How you feeling?
Feeling great, big man. You know, it's a little rainy out today, but we got the sunshine, so we all good.
Make sure you know, Mike, so everybody can hear you.
Alright.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we just had a great performance. You know what I mean? You brought a lot of energy, a lot of spirit.
Thank you.
You know, so what's your objective, man, as being an artist?
My objective is to shed light from about stories that's not really told. You know, in a level with such confidence in a person be willing to open up and share their testimony about things that people really just don't talk about, you know. And I want the afflicted that share the same pain that I feel, you know, to feel like someone there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Inspiration.
through me, I can show you that just continuing to live and not allow yourself to be bombarded by life's trials and tribulations, because we're gonna go through those. I want people to know that we're gonna be able to rock out and get through them, you know. And there's a lot of people I know that I feel is oftentimes give up at certain ages and things like that in life, because, you know, we want things within a certain time fashion that we want it, you know.
Right.
So when it doesn't happen in the time that we want, people oftentimes give up on their dreams, you know, not understanding that, you know, you're supposed to stick it out.
Right. I feel like what you're saying is coming from your own life experiences and everything that you went much want to, you know, aid and assist those that are probably dealing with the same thing or walking the same path, and since you already went through it, you know, you want to give them, you know, some light.
Yes.
On those subject matters.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, you know, I look back at life sometimes, and I look back and see some of the things that I got through, you know, and I'm like, damn, you know, and I'm like still standing here. And I know a lot of people who died, you know, I know a lot of people who didn't make it out of the trenches. I'm from Savannah, Georgia. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, mindset is shaped differently down there, you know, on just how they see life, you know, not wanting to go from maybe the west side over onto the east side, you know. And some people never leaving the west side and going to the mall or going outside of the corner stores that's inside of their neighborhoods. You know, I always looked at stuff like that and been like, wow. So I never realized how inspiring it could be for others when they see you made steps outside of the chains that they keep themselves bound in.
Right. Now, what gave you your inspiration? What gave you your courage to get out there and do it?
As far as like maybe like an artist or something, or somebody.
Just as an artist, like you said, you know, you're coming from Savannah, and a lot of people, you know, don't venture out that much or anything like that. But what drove you to get out?
I don't know. I always knew that Savannah being a small city, that I wanted to see more. I grew up watching a lot of, you know, New York was taking over when I was growing up. So, you know, in the music scene and stuff like that, you know, I always wanted to be in New York as a kid and, you know, just break out and do my thing, you know, and compete with like Bow Wow and stuff like that. You know, I thought that, you know.
Bow Wow.
You know, like Bow Wow was the shit when I was growing up. You can't take that. And you know, I just wanted to be my own voice, because I felt like I went through a lot of stuff as a kid that he wasn't touching the subjects of people, you know, where I'm from. You know, he was sharing a glitz and glamour type of life. So I wrote a lot of pain and a lot of things that I saw around me. So, you know, to be honest, Lil' Kim introduced me to the mic, you know, to wanting to pick up a pen, you know, seeing her in 99 walk across the stage so boldly, you know, and then later hearing the Quiet Storm song was like, damn, that chick that did that is like a rapper.
Man, Lil' Kim is a
like,
spitter.
A spitter. So it was like, it was like a female just, you know, got down whole where we go again. It was like, damn. So,
see, that's dope. That's dope to actually hear somebody give praise and shout out to a female artist. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
because her album
Yeah.
had Biggie, it had Jay-Z on it. So back then we had the CDs, buy one CD get 12 for the price of one. In the little
Right,
magazines,
right.
remember?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
her CD, I got Jay-Z. I went and got Biggie. It like kind of opened up a tree to hip hop.
Right.
And then I got all the CDs and started learning, and
Right.
it been stuck in me forever. Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's a cool testimony and everything like that. Now, as far as your hip hop career, how long have you been doing it?
I've been writing and performing. I mean, I guess writing and recording and stuff since I've been a teen. I didn't really start taking things seriously until I moved to Atlanta, which was around 2011. And during that time period, I moved here. You have all the dreams and aspirations, the hope that you can make it. You just got to be here, and you see that there are trials and tribulations that you got to go through. It's circles and things like that you have to do. And from there, I kind of went through a lot of different prison experiences and things. Just
You
out
said
here
prison
Mhm.
experiences.
Mhm.
Okay. Going deep.
Oh yeah, I most definitely went through a lot of prison situations, back and forth in and out of the jail system a lot. Since a kid, to be honest, and as an adult, when I went, had to go away for a minute, a few times. It was
You had to
it was
sit
a, it
down
was
for
a,
a minute.
yeah, it was a hell of a situation.
Right,
Hell of a
right.
situation when you're somewhere and you're not able to escape, and you can't get away, and you got to be forced around people all day 24/7, and you got to put up with shit.
Right.
But it was a humbling and learning experience, and it kind of shaped my outlook on life to be as broad and brave as it is now, because I didn't have the courage to be so open and say some of the things I said before prison. Because when you're in prison, you don't if niggas is bothering you because they feel you're a certain way or feel you're gay or something like that, what the fuck you gonna do? Only thing you can do is fold up, be a bitch about it, or you gonna stand up and fight, and or stand your ground on who you are. So once you learn that, hell, if I can make it past these niggas in here and did this shit brave and get niggas to respect me, and I ain't got nowhere to run, then the world is big, but it ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? I can take anything.
Right. That's powerful. That's
Yeah.
powerful. Yeah, that's a true testament of courage and everything like that. The world is unforgiving and everything. What was your livelihood growing up and everything? Did you have a family structure or anything, or were you?
Yeah, I
on your
did.
own?
I do. Shout out to Mama Gingers.
Mama Gingers.
Mama
you know what I
Gingers,
mean?
you know what I'm saying? Mama Gingers cake me happy. But yeah, shout out to my moms and my brothers, Jared, Vay, my sister, yeah, I grew up with the fam, I did have, a father. He was around, he fell victim to the crack epidemic during that time period, and got on drugs real bad, it was a lot of stuff that I seen during that time period that I guess that makes me speak about some of the things I speak about. Because a kid, when you witness things like abuse and constantly getting beat on, I was beat on a lot, just by him, and not to shame my dad or put him down to anything, because I love him, but just in being honest and telling my own story, it's things that sometimes you go through, and he used to think that he thought that he could beat the gay out of me, so he always kept a belt and just wanted to whip me, and go off, and you can't beat the gay out no motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong tactic. Like,
Okay. So are you coming out as a gay artist? Or
I'm not coming out as a gay artist. Being gay is just,
Mm.
I mean, being who I'm into is just who I am.
Yeah.
And I can say bisexual because I'm into females as well. I don't want my career to be, categorized by my sexual preference. You know what I'm saying? Because the songs that I just kicked to you didn't have nothing to do with sexual preference.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
about
yeah.
just being a great artist. So,
Right.
I'm just a great artist that just so also happens to, have a lifestyle that some people call is different.
Right. Much respect to that. You know what I'm saying? Coming out, you're showing a lot of strength, a lot of courage, and everything like that. And you made it. You here. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your thing. You know what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying? So much respect, and in being a voice for a lot of people out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you got your hip hop career going on and everything. And it's. Do you have any albums out?
I have a a mixtape out on SoundCloud, which was called "Gifted to Be Different." It came out kind of prior to the prison life, and I've been actually out performing songs from that lately, just because it still relates to the times, and I just want people to, I think a lot of people always ask like, well, who is J. Brown? We see him everywhere, but like, what did he do? So
Right.
I've been kind of just taking people kind of back down memory lane of where it kind of started from, and then bringing them forward to the future. Even like the new song I put out, "Hard to Sleep at Night," that's kind of an older track, but it fits so perfectly for today's time. So, just walking through the journey.
Walking through the journey. Now you have the hip hop,
hmm
but you also dibble dabble in. And there's name for, but baking
Yeah.
cupcakes and everything. What's the
Culinary.
professional name? Culinary.
Yes, culinary arts. I am a
Culinary
arts
arts.
graduate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you went to school for it and everything.
Mhm.
Okay, that's what's up. That's
Yes,
what's up.
sir. Yes. Sir.
Yeah, so you actually got your own thing going on with the cakes.
Yes. Yes. And that's a blessing, to come home from prison, because I remember around 2019 when I first started. I came home from prison in that year, March 28th. And quick testimony in that, is that God came to me in February of 2019 and told me that and told me I was gonna be home by April 2019. Now my sentence date was from August of 2018 until August of 2019, August 2nd to be exact. And God came to me in February of 2019, and I heard it as clear as day in my head. Say you'll be out by you'll be out by April. Now I was going through a lot of stuff within that time period. And I used to pray and pray and pray, and I felt like my main thing was I was just being used as a vessel to interact with some people that kind of needed to be touched, because sometimes people don't get to hear opposing views, and I'm a person who kind of don't go with the narrative of what everybody else thinks. I kind of have my own mind. And when he came to me, I remember him also coming back to me and telling me, well, I can't just do it if you don't put nothing into action. So I remember writing a letter to the judge, and as I wrote that letter to the judge, I remember an officer named Majette. Shout out to Officer Majette from Gwinnett County Corrections. I remember him coming over and saying that same night, I see you been kind of down lately. Come up to my desk, and he just kind of gave me the motivation when I came up there to let me know. It was like an affirmation that you can get up out of here. Just do what you need to do, and you can get up out of here. God came to me again and said, you got to share a witness, because I read that in the Bible. You must share a witness. I wanted somebody to see it. So I went and told my brother Conrad, shout out to Conrad. I told him who was facing 11 years at that time period. He was in there, and it was his 11th year. I remember telling him, like, bro, what if you had to meet me just to be able to go home? And he was like, boy, I'd be fucking pissed off if I had to go through all these goddamn years to go. And I'd be like, bro, everything happened by divine timing.
Right.
I told him, that God said I'm gonna be going home soon. And I told him what he had said. And he was like, okay, because I was a very strong believer. I'm a very strong believer. So he was like, okay, we gonna see. And I remember when the transition came, when the officers came to get me to take me to the hole, because I had started doing what I needed to do to make sure I got up out that bitch. You know what I'm saying? I remember him saying, so you about to leave? I'm like, yeah, I'm about to go home. That same night that I left out of that dorm, he ended up leaving to go to the transitional center down in Savannah to be able to go home, So that was the blessing on his side of the story. And then as they sent me to the hole, because they wanted me to stop making a ruckus in the prison, because I was going to get the fuck up out of there by all means. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They thought if they put me in a hole that I wouldn't be able to make no ruckus and I wouldn't get out. And I remember telling the officer, specifically Ms. Williams, that, bitch, God favors those who he anoint. And I'd be out of here by April, and slam the door in her face. I was out March 28th. You know what I'm saying?
Woo, there you go.
So when God speaks, people be like, God don't talk. He do talk. People just don't take the time to listen.
Where Netflix at? They need to put a Netflix series out on this brother right here. That's a one. Yeah, I would sit there and check that out. You know what I'm saying? That's something that is heavy. What he went through, what he's able to accomplish. Not only did you were able to gain knowledge and wisdom through your experiences being there, but you also were able to aid and help and pretty much be like an angel to other brothers that was up in there and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Because there are angels in there. People oftentimes look at the mistakes that people make in the world that sometimes often aren't mistakes. God give you what he could bear oftentimes. And you have to look at life from different perspectives. And a lot of those guys are in there are angels. But our government system being the government that it is, which is a wicked world, it penalized people for the same things that they do. So now I look at everybody as everybody got their own angels and demons they fight with, and then some people are specifically here from what people call heaven to be to live out a mission here on earth for a reason.
Right. Woo. He said all that, but you know what? We still didn't get to the cakes. What's the name of the cakes though, man?
So the name of the cakes, from prison life, it led me into this. I remember asking God, can he give me something that I could be able to get back here in the streets with? Because I had kind of liked hustling and being out there with people and shit like that. And one day, August 31st, 2019, I baked that pound cake in prison. I always said when I get my own apartment and stuff, I was going to bake my own first cake. My mom's raised me on the pound cake. And when I got my own apartment and got settled and was comfortable, I made that pound cake on August 31st, it was so busting, Smitty, when I first started the business, I had a partner named Smitty. We started the company together, and he came to the house and he tasted the cake. It was like, yo, you can put this out to be sold, And that weekend ran into September 4th, Labor Day weekend. We went out to Centennial Park, made our first $100, and it's been history ever since.
Oh, that's what's up. What's the name of it again?
So it's called Mr. It started off as Mama Ginger's Cake Me Happy, but we have transitioned into Mr. Cake Me Happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a true believer out there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Shout out to D, you know what I'm saying? He done had some of these good cakes, man. It's doing good, man.
So have you been able to get back to the prison since you've been out, to get back, like you performing your music and also introducing them to the cake?
You asked a very important and small question. I haven't, but it's so weird how life works. I have some, of course I have people that are in there that I still mess with, what I'm saying? And I have people in there that are actually promoting for me now. Shout out to my boy Said, what I'm saying? I really appreciate him, Unfortunately, he's behind that situation. We met on the outside and then he went behind the wall, but but he most definitely go hard for me behind there and just trying to get my music out to other prisoners. And there are a lot of different platforms that are set up. Prison Kiosk. I did a performance with them last year for prison. So that was my first thing. I performed a few tracks, but that's something I most definitely want to get into, to actually go out to them prisons and jailhouses to actually be able to speak to people.
Okay, that's what's up. What's up. Now, do you have anything coming up as far as your music thing?
Yeah, the Black Boy George project. I'm working on that. I don't have a official date or anything on it yet. I'm just kind of building up the brand. So we about to hit y'all with some more singles. Hard to Sleep at Night video is out right now, doing great numbers. I'm very, very happy with that. That's what I consider like my first solo video, me doing my thing. I just did a video to Seeing Green the night before last. So we're going to be calling that Final Call. So that's gonna be dropping probably just check out for it. That's gonna be dropping in a few days actually. And then I got Bank Account video. I just shot that out in Vegas. So Bank Account with the Hated Crew. Shout out to the Hated Crew, Zigzag. We're gonna be dropping that at the top of July. And I got a lot of projects coming. So we just keeping the singles out there.
Got some shows coming up.
Keep wrecking. Yeah. Oh yeah. About to go to Chicago on June 9th, 10th, 12th, around that time period for a few days. I got a few shows lined up there. Also got one lined up in Tampa as well. I think I'm shooting out to Jacksonville this Friday. So this Friday, which is the 10th, I believe. The 13th is Sunday. Right. So it might be. It might be. Either way, this Friday,
I don't know.
I'll be
be
down in Jacksonville, Duval, doing my thing. So yeah, I'm just keeping active with it,
That's what's up. So if there's anything that you could say to the audience and everything,
I want people
introduce, your man's.
Oh yeah, shit. Shout out to Lil Blue, man. Lil Blue been with me since it all. When I was born, he was given to me, by one of my aunts. He been there through all trials and tribulations. So, it's an honor to be able to bring him as a part of my performances as I'm out here doing what I do. I want people to know that there ain't nothing that God gave you that you can't bear, and not everybody life is meant to be the same. Not everybody is meant to be rich or famous. There are plenty of people who work at a McDonald's and are comfortable, living a life. We can't make people we live in a caste system where everything has to be, of higher levels. Not understanding that somebody that we consider at the bottom of the totem pole could be the person sitting on the throne. So continue to be yourself, trust in yourself, know that you are God. We are all made to be gifted to be different. You can manifestate all of your dreams, anything you want into reality. We manifested each other to be here right now. You know what I'm saying? When it said yea was seen before we were placed into our mother wombs, you know what I'm saying? We already knew that we wanted to come out here and we doing what we doing. Sometimes we may not always know exactly the path and the journey exactly, but that's why you're just supposed to enjoy it till you get to the destination, so yeah.
Real talk, you know what I mean? Brother preaching out here. we're gonna have sermons up in here pretty soon, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
But make sure y'all check out the music too. J. Brown is available on all platforms. You could look me up. Got different songs. Some of my personal favorites, Never Change, which is available on my SoundCloud, Hard to Sleep at Night. My Testimony, Too Cool, available on all platforms. It's I got a lot of great music, and got a lot of more great music coming, man. So just rock with me.
Well, he said it all. You know what I mean? I think the only thing left is to let the people know how they could get in contact with you.
J. Brown, that's JDOTBRWN, J. Brown, and also Mr. Cake Me Happy, regular Mr. Cake Me Happy. You be able to find me, type me in, baby. Yeah.
Make sure y'all go and support. You know what I mean? The brother came in with some major energy, major heat, and everything, jumping around everywhere up in here. You know what I mean? And hey, make sure y'all check him out. Check out the performance. Check out everything he has going on.
Lil Blue, you got something to say? Shout out to Atlanta Unplugged. Shout out to Atlanta Unplugged. Yeah.
And that's what's up, man. You know what I mean? Only here at Atlanta Unplugged. You dig? So that's what it is. And man, I ain't got nothing else to say, but make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that notification bell. And guess what, y'all? We are out.